On our way to Colorado, there was a really bad storm. There ended up being a tornado that came through on the highway, literally minutes behind us. We were so lucky. It flipped over a semi and everything. We stopped at Kansas on our way. It was a nice KOA. When we got to the mountain, we stopped for lunch and saw some mule deer. The mountain pass was so foggy we could barely see 5 feet in front of us. As you can see, the clouds were pretty low. The next morning was beautiful. The sunrise was amazing. We had some hot cocoa and packed our things to go on the rest of our trip. Our next stop on our trip was Platoro. It's across the valley from Fort Garland, where our property is. It's a beautiful place if you've never been there. You can only get there at certain times during the year. The water was running from the mountains. There was still snow up in the main part of Platoro. This is our camp setup. We have an Intech trailer with a 270-degree awning. I don't think we could have camped like we did this year had we not downsized to this tiny little trailer. It's got a pull-out kitchen, and there was just enough room for the 3 of us. We went out exploring and saw some bighorn sheep up on a hill. As you can see, the water, this doesn't even do it justice. It was flowing so hard. Since the boys were disappointed with the water being so hard that they couldn't go fishing, we had some fun. We went on a super short hike because we weren't acclimated to the high altitude yet. Of course, it hailed at every location we were at. There's the snow in Platoro. You couldn't even get up to the dam. The road was blocked with snow everywhere. We got to see some hikers too. They were doing the cross-country hike. When you come down from the mountain, it's messy. My husband does not like messy cars, so our very first stop when we got down was the car wash. Then the laundromat. What a view, huh? Our next stop was supposed to be Creede, but the wind was way too strong, so we did a stopover here in South Fork. It was a neat little campground right on the San Juan River. The water was really running hard there too. We got snow the next morning. So this is Creede. This is our favorite spot in Colorado. I mean, we have some others, but this trip we actually stayed here the longest and made sure to stop here on our way back to Fort Garland. The nice thing about this camp spot was that we were really close to town. It was probably less than 10 minutes, and you can see we weren't alone. There were houses right across the river. The water was really running hard there too. They actually closed this campground a few days after we left. The boys were excited because we could actually go fishing here. They made some ties. And finally, a fish. We went into town a few times. I just love Creede. We even saw some moose up in the mountains. And a waterfall. It was amazing. Some of the drop-offs were scary though. And look, we saw more racers. Now it's time to go to Silverton, which wasn't our original plan. We were supposed to go to Beaver Lake, but this town was pretty neat. I think this is the town they call Little Switzerland. I think it lives up to that hype. We're back on the road. This was a scary drive. These pictures do not do it justice at all. There were drop-offs. It was crazy. To Gunnison. This is Beaver Lake. We were originally going to stay at the campground that's a little higher up the mountain, but it was snowed in and still closed. It was the same with Beaver Lake. Beaver Lake, when we pulled in, it was probably 4 feet of snow. I should have taken a picture. It was just beautiful here. The drive coming up though, oh, you definitely need 4-wheel drive up here. In case you were wondering, we did see a beaver at Beaver Lake. Just one though. We found the coolest overlook at the campsite in this neat little hidden lake, and some antlers, and of course snow. Look at this water. I mean, this video here, this does it justice. That's how fast the water was running everywhere. It was insane. When we left, there was flooding all over Colorado. This was another hidden lake that we found. We had to hike up to get to this one. It was really neat though. And we're off again. This time back to Creede. Look at our tiny camper. It looks so small compared to these monsters. Then we had some authentic Mexican. And bye-bye mountains. Hello Nana and Papa and the rest of the kids. When we got home, it was flooded at home too. I mean, look at this. welcome home. Luckily, we don't live in the floodplain. I hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks for watching.